Happy bye week to everyone. Coming off solid road win at Kansas, start Big 12 play. Definitely wasn't our best, but credit to our players and staff for finding a way to win that game. Quick game recap. I'll kind of hit on what I think are the positives and the negatives from the game, and then we'll give out the awards, and then I'll take some questions. Special teams first. The negatives from the game. Our protection, which has been really solid throughout the year, wasn't good enough, in my opinion, on punt or on field goal. We missed an opportunity to kickoff return. I thought we had one chance there where we could have broken it, and we didn't. And then we got another penalty on the punt return unit. We got to clean that up. Positives, thought we executed our hands team at the end, which is a big play. Nobody talks about it unless you don't get it, and I thought we did a nice job with that. Our specialists, Josh and Evan, both had really good days in the game. And then we had a big punt return by Alex Sinkfield, and we blocked it up well, and that started that drive. I think he had a 16-yard return that started the drive right before the half. Defensively, the negatives first. We didn't create as many negative plays as we would like to, and those negative plays, talk about chaos plays, being sacks, TFLs, not as successful in that regard. And then we allowed too many yards rushing. We gave them 4.7 yards per carry, and then we allowed 7.4 yards per play, which is not going to be good enough in our league. And I didn't like the way we finished the game. I thought the last two drives of the game we did not play very well. The positives are we had two takeaways. I thought Keith Washington's interception was one of the biggest plays of the game, and we started the game off really strong. I think there was 4 series there. 3 of them were 3-and-outs. One of them was a 4-and-out. And then we're really good on third down versus Kansas. Offensively, the negatives are we didn't have enough explosive plays. We've got to be able to generate explosive plays as we get into our league schedule. We had too many negative yards plays, something that we really cleaned up against North Carolina State, but came out this week. I think we had almost 20, 25 yards of negative yardage. We've got to get that cleaned up. And then we've got to score touchdowns in the red zone. Evan had a good day kicking field goals. He was 3 of 4, but we need to score 6 there rather than settling for 3. The positive, 0 turnovers. We controlled the game offensively, 85 plays, 37-plus minutes, ran the ball effectively, 192 yards rushing, and then we answered their scores. I talked about that after the game, but I think that was a critical piece of the game is when they scored, we were able to answer, and then we were effective on third down. Awards for this week, Evan Staley was the Big 12 Special Teams Player of the Week. Proud of him. He's had a good year to this point. He was 3 of 4 field goals on Saturday, 4 of 6 touchbacks on kickoffs, which are huge. Those don't get talked about as much, but he was 4 of 6 touchbacks. Our in-house awards, our Special Teams Player of the Week, we never double up, so if you win it with a league, we don't necessarily we recognize that, but we give a special teams player as well. This week is Josh Chandler, who starts on our kickoff and our punt team. Very, very good in protection on punt. And then on kickoff, he had a big tackle on one that we misplaced the kick, and we got some guys out of our lane. He kind of had the saving tackle there. Our offensive lineman of the week, Colt McKivitz, continues to play at a high level. This week, the award goes to Chase Barrett. He played every snap. Second week playing at a high level. He played very well against NC State as well. He was very good at the point of attack in the run game, and he was very productive in Coach Moore's grading system. Defensively, our player of the week was Darius Stills. Played his best game that I've seen him play. Had tackle for loss, 2 pressures, a quarterback hit. Graded out at 94%. Did a lot of really good things in the game, and really challenged him this week to be last week to be consistent. And now he's put back-to-back games together. Offensively, player of the week was Kennedy McCoy, leading rusher and receiver. Had a great drive he was instrumental in at the end of the half, where I think 5 of those touches went to him. Played very well without the ball, pass protection, perimeter blocking. He's played well 2 weeks in a row. Scout team players the week from last week, special teams, was Drew Joseph, a freshman who's redshirting. Defensively, it was Alonzo Adai, a guy that has really done a good job to this point through fall camp up until now. He's sitting out the year. Then offensively is Lorenzo Dorr, and we put a lot on him to give us a look last week for those running backs. Kansas had 2 great running backs. We talked about them at length, and he did a good job, I thought, preparing our defense. The Juice Award, we had really good juice. I know some of those videos went around on the sideline, but Jake Abbott, for his air guitar, he stole the show, so he had the best juice of the game, so he gets the Juice Award. And then last but not least, George Campbell, who I've talked about a lot, being a quality addition to our program for a lot of different reasons, but he gets our Community Service Award. And so those are the awards. Wrapping up the game, I thought it was a good win, but we've got to play considerably better to win as we continue through our league. I wasn't particularly pleased with how we played. I was proud of the fact that we were able to win the game and not be at our best. We didn't have a great week of practice last week, and I thought it showed. We did not handle prosperity very well. I think that's something that young teams have to overcome. We did find a way to win, but we've got to do a better job in preparation and practice. On another note, before we talk about the bye, Josh Seals had season-ending surgery yesterday, so he will miss the remainder of the year, and hate that for him, but necessary and for him, and he's recovering well. Bye week is here, and it comes at a really good time for us. This is a critical week for our development. We put a lot of time into developing our younger players during this week, and so this is key to that. And then we'll spend a lot of time at the end of the week recruiting as a staff. So with that, I'll open up for questions.